Across the vastness of space, intellects vast and cool and unsympathetic regarded this earth with envious eyes, and slowly and surely drew their plans against us. War of the Worlds. Drawing a striking parallel to the movie War of the Worlds, the biblical narrative of the Watchers, or fallen angels, recounted in Genesis 6, Enoch and Jubilees, depicts an otherworldly invasion with cosmic consequences. In these ancient texts, the Watchers descend to Earth, interbreeding with human women and producing the Nephilim, who become giants and later, after their destruction, restless disembodied spirits known as demons. Book of Enoch, chapter 15, verses 8 to 12. This battle between humanity and the Nephilim mirrors the existential struggle in War of the Worlds, with the fallen angels seeking not merely to dominate, but to replace mankind as Earth's stewards. Their demonic offspring, the Nephilim turned demons, continue to exert influence by corrupting the minds of humanity's descendants, the so-called serpent seed, a term for those with either genetic markers from the angelic human unions or spiritual allegiance to the rebellious order. Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, Book of Jubilees chapter 10, verses 1 to 14. In contrast, Noah is described as perfect in his generations, signifying not only moral integrity, but genetic distinction, which led to his preservation through the flood that eradicated the Nephilim, but did not entirely erase their genetic legacy. Genesis 6:9. These remnants, through demonic impartation of forbidden knowledge and technology, perpetuate cycles of warfare and environmental devastation, effectively terraforming Earth into a habitat increasingly hostile to humankind, echoing the hostile transformation depicted in War of the Worlds. Their influence perpetuates cycles of warfare and technological devastation across humanity. The Earth's surface becomes increasingly hostile. Pollution, deforestation, urban decay consuming once habitable regions. Ultimately, the biblical warning is clear. If such days are not shortened, no flesh would be saved.
In a world undone.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. Yet hope is offered in the promised intervention of the Messiah, who will thwart the fallen angels' designs and restore creation's intended order. Across the vastness of space, intellects vast and cool and unsympathetic regarded this earth with envious eyes and slowly and surely drew their plans against us. This idea comes from a famous story, War of the Worlds. But it's older than we think, not just fiction. A much older story exists in ancient texts. Enoch, Jubilees, parts of the Bible. Not a simple war between nations, something else entirely. A plan to remove humanity from the earth, not a war, an extermination. It started long ago, not with armies, not with ships from the sky. It began with a quiet corruption, no visible weapons, an invasion of our minds, an invasion of our very blood. The goal wasn't to conquer, the goal was to replace. The story begins with a group of angels. They were known as the Watchers. Their purpose was to observe humanity, to guide and protect from a distance. But some made a terrible choice. They abandoned their sacred duty. They looked down upon the earth, saw the daughters of men, and desired what was forbidden. They left their heavenly place and descended to take what was not theirs. A first great sin. They made a pact, bound by oath, knowing their transgression. They came to Mount Hermon, took wives, blending two worlds that should not be merged. They lived among humans and began to change society from the inside, teaching forbidden knowledge. They revealed the arts of war, swords, shields, armor, and other weapons of destruction. They taught cosmetics and adornment, leading to vanity and seduction. The children born from these unions were not normal. They were giants, the Nephilim, immense in size and strength, born of angelic fathers and human mothers, violent, ravenous. The earth could not sustain them. They devoured crops, birds, beasts, and fish. With nothing left, they turned on each other, then on humanity. The world ran with violence and blood, a plague upon the earth, a perversion of life itself, the monstrous result of the Watchers' sin. The oppressed cried out, but on earth none could stop the giants. Eventually the Nephilim died. Bodies perished, but the story did not end. Their spirits, neither human nor angel, could not pass on. Trapped upon the earth, they became disembodied entities, demons, bearing the Nephilim's nature. Filled with hatred and unsatisfied hunger, they seek hosts, whispering people toward ruin. The influence did not end with their deaths. The demons continued their work. A new corruption entered humanity, called the serpent's seed. It holds two meanings. First, genetic. Traces of that bloodline may remain, making some more susceptible to the fallen. Second, choice. Anyone who aligns with the demon's goals, accepting forbidden knowledge and power. They embrace greed and destruction, becoming human helpers in an extermination plan. Fallen spirits give dangerous knowledge, inspiring advanced technologies for harm. Whispers for weapons, nuclear, chemical, biological. Industries that foul our air, poison our water, and destroy our soil. The goal is to make Earth uninhabitable for humans. The world became so corrupt that a great reset was necessary. God saw violence because of the Nephilim, a decision, cleanse the world. The flood washed away their works. The giants were destroyed. Noah, perfect in his generations, was preserved with his family and the animals. Yet demons remained, and traces may have survived through lineages. The seeds of the old problem remained. Across ages, their influence grew. We now hold power to make Earth uninhabitable. But the texts end in hope, a final intervention.
I'm going to try and prove that the Nephilim are taking over our planet for their fathers, the Watchers. The Nephilim and Watchers, names that might sound like they're straight out of a fantasy novel, but are actually rooted in ancient texts and myths. The story goes that the Watchers, often referred to as fallen angels, descended to Earth and took human women as their wives, producing offspring known as the Nephilim. These beings are usually depicted as giants or powerful warriors. What if I told you their legacy isn't just a thing of the past? The problem with the Nephilim is that, as offspring of the Watchers, they're seen as actively working to fulfill their father's agenda. This agenda, according to various interpretations, involves corrupting humanity and bringing about a catastrophic downfall. The Nephilim, with their supposedly enhanced abilities and knowledge inherited from their Watcher fathers, are believed to be working tirelessly to undermine human society. This could mean manipulating world events, influencing key decisions, or even infiltrating our daily lives in ways we can't imagine. Their goal, to prepare the Earth for their Watcher fathers' return. For those who believe, the Nephilim's actions are a direct threat to humanity's future. Ancient texts and myths are filled with stories about the Watchers and Nephilim, but how does this relate to today? Some believe that the influence of the Nephilim can be seen in the world around us, in the actions of powerful individuals, in unexplained phenomena, or even in the rapid advancement of technology that seems to be changing our world at an alarming rate. They point to the existence of strange creatures or unexplained events throughout history as evidence of Nephilim influence. The idea is that these beings have continued to shape human history from the shadows. Their presence is felt but not seen. Interpreting modern phenomena through the lens of ancient myths can be eye-opening. For instance, the sudden leaps in technology, the rise of influential figures with seemingly inexplicable power, or even the increasing reports of strange creatures and unidentified flying objects, all these can be seen as signs of Nephilim activity. This influence might be subtle, guiding humanity towards a destiny that only serves the Watcher's purposes. It's a chilling thought, that our world is being shaped by forces we barely understand. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the Nephilim's influence comes from examining the lives and actions of powerful individuals throughout history. Some researchers believe that certain historical figures were either Nephilim themselves or were heavily influenced by them. These individuals often exhibit extraordinary abilities or achieve what seems like impossible success. Their impact on global events can be profound, steering the course of human history in significant ways. The Nephilim's agenda, as it's interpreted by many, involves a complete overhaul of human society. They aim to bring about a new world order, one that's controlled and dictated by their Watcher fathers. This vision for the future is far from utopian, it's one of control, manipulation, and ultimately, domination. The urgency of the situation cannot be overstated. If the Nephilim are indeed working towards this goal, humanity needs to wake up and realize the threat before it's too late. To sum it up, the Nephilim, offspring of the Watchers, are believed by many to be actively working on fulfilling their father's agenda here on Earth. This involves corrupting humanity and preparing the planet for the Watchers' return. Evidence from ancient texts, myths, and modern phenomena supports the idea of their influence. The supposed agenda of the Nephilim and Watchers poses a significant threat to humanity's future. If you have any theories about the Nephilim or their supposed plans, I want to hear them. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you're as fascinated by this topic as I am, consider subscribing for more content on ancient mysteries and unexplained phenomena. For a deeper dive into related mysteries, check out my video on uncovering the secrets of the Anunnaki and their connection to humanity.
Coloring Book for Kids, Volume 2. Available August 15, 2025 on Amazon. The Bible Lions Coloring Book for Children. Color 30 fun designs of inspirational verses and Christian artwork. A beautiful children's coloring book designed to fill your child's mind with the positive words of God's love. The Bible Lions Coloring Book for Kids was designed to be a fun, yet effective way to help children calm their tension. Hand-lettered quotes and adorable hand-designed illustrations will inspire your child as they reflect on God's promises.